Scary reasons why narcissists often talk to themselves in front of the mirror. Have you ever caught a glimpse of someone staring intently at their reflection, muttering words that seem directed not at anyone else but at themselves? It's an unsettling image, isn't it? For most people, standing in front of a mirror is a mundane act, checking appearance, adjusting hair, or perhaps practicing a smile before heading out. But for narcissists, the mirror becomes something far more profound. A portal into their inner world, a stage where they rehearse their grandiosity, and sometimes a battleground where their fractured psyche wrestles with its own demons. Today, we're going to unravel the chilling truth behind why narcissists often talk to themselves in front of the mirror. This isn't just about vanity. It's about understanding the psychological underpinnings of this behavior, exploring how it reflects their deepest fears, desires, and vulnerabilities. If you've ever wondered what drives such seemingly bizarre actions, or if you suspect someone in your life might be exhibiting these traits, stay with me until the end. By the time we're done, you'll see the mirror not as a simple reflective surface, but as a window into the mind of a narcissist. Let me set the stage for you. Imagine this. A person stands alone in a dimly lit room, gazing fixedly at their reflection. Their lips move silently at first, then louder, forming sentences filled with declarations of superiority, self-criticism, or even imagined conversations with others. To an outsider, this might look like eccentricity or theatrical flair, but delve deeper, and you'll find that this ritual serves a far darker purpose. Narcissists aren't just admiring their physical features when they engage in this behavior. They are engaging in a complex interplay of self-validation, insecurity, and emotional manipulation. Stick around, because I'm going to guide you through the psychology behind this phenomenon, offering insights that will help you better understand the narcissists in your life, and perhaps even recognize some of these tendencies within yourself. Why does the sight of a narcissist talking to themselves in front of a mirror evoke such unease? Part of the answer lies in how unnatural and exaggerated the behavior appears. Most people use mirrors as tools for practical purposes, checking makeup, ensuring clothes fit properly, or simply confirming they look presentable. But for narcissists, the mirror transcends functionality. It becomes a sacred space where they can indulge in their obsession with self-image. Have you ever noticed how some individuals seem incapable of passing a reflective surface without stopping to admire themselves? This compulsion stems from a deep-seated need for external validation, which narcissists crave like oxygen. The mirror offers them instant gratification, a perpetual audience that never criticizes, argues, or rejects them. Yet beneath this veneer of admiration lies a haunting truth. The narcissist's fixation on their reflection masks a profound fear of inadequacy. Now, consider the language narcissists use when speaking to themselves in front of the mirror. Often, their words reveal a duality of arrogance and fragility. On one hand, they might boast about their achievements, rehearsing lines designed to impress others or bolster their inflated ego. "I am unstoppable," they might declare, or "no one understands my brilliance." These affirmations serve as armor, protecting them from the harsh realities of failure or rejection. But listen closely, and you may detect cracks in their bravado. Interspersed among the boasts are whispers of doubt. Am I good enough? What if they see through me? These conflicting narratives highlight the narcissist's internal struggle, a constant tug-of-war between their desire for perfection and their paralyzing fear of being exposed as flawed. Have you ever felt torn between confidence and insecurity? For narcissists, this tension plays out daily in front of the mirror. The mirror also functions as a rehearsal space for narcissists, allowing them to prepare for interactions with others. Picture this scenario. A narcissist stands before their reflection, practicing a conversation they plan to have later. They test different tones, gestures, and expressions, fine-tuning their performance until it aligns perfectly with their vision of dominance or charm. Why do they go to such lengths? Because narcissists view social encounters as performances, opportunities to assert control and secure admiration. Every word, every glance must be calculated to maintain their carefully constructed facade. But there's a catch. Their reliance on the mirror reveals a startling dependence on external cues. Without the reassurance of their reflection, many narcissists feel unmoored, unsure of how to navigate the complexities of human interaction. Can you imagine living in a world where your sense of identity hinges entirely on appearances? And yet, the mirror holds another, more sinister role for narcissists. It serves as a mirror not just of their outward appearance, but of their inner turmoil. Beneath their polished exterior lies a labyrinth of unresolved emotions, shame, envy, loneliness, all hidden behind layers of bravado. When a narcissist gazes into the mirror, they are confronted with a version of themselves that both fascinates and terrifies them. Fascinates because it represents the idealized self they strive to embody. Terrifies because it reminds them of the chasm between who they are and who they wish to be. This duality creates a feedback loop of obsession and despair. Have you ever stared into a mirror and felt a pang of dissatisfaction with your reflection? For narcissists, this feeling is magnified exponentially, fueling their compulsive need to scrutinize every detail of their appearance. Consider the narcissist's relationship with criticism, or rather, their inability to tolerate it. In a world where they demand unwavering admiration, any hint of disapproval feels like a personal attack. The mirror becomes a safe haven where they can silence the voices of dissent and replace them with affirmations of greatness. But here's the irony. The very act of seeking validation from their reflection underscores their fragility. If they truly believed in their superiority, would they need constant reminders? This paradox speaks volumes about the narcissist's psyche, a fragile construct built on shifting sands. When confronted with evidence of their imperfections, whether real or perceived, they retreat further into their fantasy world, using the mirror as a buffer against reality. Does this sound familiar? Perhaps you've encountered someone whose confidence seems too brittle to withstand scrutiny. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on the broader implications of this behavior. What does it say about our society that individuals feel compelled to seek validation in such extreme ways? Narcissists' preoccupation with mirrors reflects a culture obsessed with image and status, where worth is often measured by likes, shares, and superficial metrics of success. Yet, while technology has amplified these tendencies, the roots of narcissism run much deeper. From early childhood experiences to genetic predispositions, multiple factors contribute to the development of narcissistic traits. Understanding this context helps us approach narcissists with greater empathy, even as we acknowledge the harm their behaviors can cause. After all, no one chooses to be trapped in a cycle of self-obsession and insecurity. But here's the question that keeps nagging at us. Why does the narcissist's mirror ritual feel so unsettling? Part of the answer lies in its isolation. There's something inherently lonely about watching someone engage in a private dialogue with their reflection. It's as though they've erected an invisible barrier between themselves and the rest of humanity, choosing instead to commune with an idealized version of who they believe they should be. This detachment from reality underscores one of the most frightening aspects of narcissism: the gradual erosion of authentic connection. Over time, the narcissist's reliance on the mirror alienates them from meaningful relationships, leaving them stranded in a solipsistic universe of their own making. Can you imagine existing in a world where the only person you trust is yourself? Now let's talk about the role of self-control in breaking free from destructive patterns. For those entangled with narcissists, or struggling with narcissistic tendencies themselves, the mirror represents both a challenge and an opportunity. Recognizing the futility of seeking validation externally is the first step toward reclaiming agency over your emotions. Self-control means resisting the urge to obsess over your reflection, redirecting that energy toward cultivating inner strength and resilience. It means acknowledging your flaws without letting them define you, embracing imperfection as part of the human experience. Developing self-control is no easy feat, especially for individuals accustomed to relying on external approval. But with practice, it becomes a powerful tool for transformation. Speaking of transformation, have you ever considered the potential for growth hidden within moments of vulnerability? When a narcissist stares into the mirror, they are forced to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. This confrontation, though painful, carries the seeds of change. By shining a light on their insecurities, the mirror invites them to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Of course, not all narcissists choose this path. Many continue to cling to their illusions, doubling down on denial and deflection. But for those brave enough to face the truth, the mirror becomes less a prison and more a doorway to healing. Imagine stepping through that doorway, leaving behind the suffocating confines of self-absorption for a life grounded in authenticity and compassion. Think about the ripple effect of overcoming destructive emotions. When a narcissist begins to dismantle their reliance on external validation, they create space for healthier dynamics in their relationships. Friends, family members, and colleagues benefit from their newfound humility, patience, and willingness to listen. Even casual acquaintances notice a shift, sensing a softening in the once rigid walls of arrogance. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort and a commitment to growth. But the rewards extend far beyond the individual, fostering environments of mutual respect and understanding. By choosing to break free from the grip of narcissism, they inspire others to do the same, creating a chain reaction of positive change. At this point, you might be wondering, how does one begin to overcome the destructive emotions tied to narcissistic behavior? The answer lies in awareness and acceptance. Acknowledging the pain caused by narcissistic tendencies is the first step toward healing. It involves confronting uncomfortable truths about oneself, taking responsibility for past actions, and committing to a future defined by empathy and accountability. From there, you can start implementing strategies to manage destructive emotions, practicing mindfulness, seeking therapy, or engaging in activities that promote self-awareness. Each step forward brings you closer to liberation, freeing you from the chains of self-obsession and enabling you to live fully in the present moment. Let's talk about the importance of community in this healing process. No one should face the challenges of narcissism alone. Surrounding yourself with supportive, compassionate individuals can make all the difference. Whether it's friends, family, or support groups, having a network of people who validate your experiences and offer guidance can accelerate your recovery. Consider joining online forums or attending therapy sessions specifically designed for individuals dealing with narcissistic traits. These spaces provide a safe haven where you can share your story, gain perspective, and draw strength from others who understand what you're going through. Remember, you don't have to carry this burden by yourself. Reflect for a moment on the lessons you've learned throughout this journey. Have you discovered new facets of your personality? Uncovered strengths you didn't know you possessed? Overcoming the destructive emotions associated with narcissism forces you to confront parts of yourself you may have ignored or suppressed. It challenges you to redefine success, happiness, and fulfillment on your own terms. As you navigate this process, you'll find that overcoming destructive emotions isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about creating a life filled with purpose, passion, and authenticity, free from the constraints of toxicity. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the person you've become barely resembles the person you used to be. Gone is the fear of confrontation, replaced by assertiveness. The need for external validation has transformed into unwavering self-belief. Even the scars left by narcissistic tendencies serve as reminders of your resilience, badges of honor earned through adversity. This metamorphosis doesn't happen automatically. It requires conscious effort and dedication. But the reward, a life lived authentically, is worth every ounce of energy invested. As we near the conclusion of this exploration, take a moment to celebrate your progress. Whether you're currently in the throes of healing or reflecting on past experiences, acknowledge the courage it took to prioritize your well-being. Remember that healing is not linear. There will be ups and downs, victories and setbacks. But each step forward brings you closer to the freedom you deserve. And as you continue down this path, surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and support you. Together, you form a collective force capable of weathering any storm. To everyone who has joined me on this profound journey, thank you. Your presence here signifies a willingness to engage deeply with challenging topics and seek solutions rooted in wisdom and compassion. If this discussion resonated with you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Let's amplify this message and reach those who need it most. Until next time, may you walk boldly in the light, fortified by self-control and strengthened by love. Stay strong, stay true, and keep shining.